All right, folks, let's talk about Netflix doing what Netflix does best. Taking something that works perfectly fine and finding a way to overcomplicate it while spending absurd amounts of money in the process. Stranger Things Season 5, the final season, is dropping in 3 separate parts across 6 weeks, with a budget that exceeds $400 million. Yeah, that's right, you heard me. $400 million for 8 episodes of television. Now, to put that in perspective, that's $50 million per episode. The entire first season cost about $6 million per episode. But sure, let's spend 8 times that amount now and then split the season into 3 chunks because reasons? Is this Netflix playing 4D chess with their biggest franchise? Or is this the streaming equivalent of a Hail Mary pass from a company watching its competitors close the gap? Let's break it down. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, The Critical Nerd, where we protect pop culture from corporate chaos, one overpriced finale at a time. If you're new here, welcome to my little slice of YouTube, slice of the internet, The Critical Nerd, your brutally honest guide through Hollywood's biggest gambles. And today, we're looking at Netflix's $400 million experiment. Part genius, part desperation, and maybe, just maybe, the end of the binge-watching era. So smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, because this breakdown is juicier than a Demogorgon in a blender. So here's what Netflix announced for Stranger Things Season 5. 8 episodes total. But you're not getting them all at once like the good old days of binge watching. No, we can't do that. Part 1, November 26th, 4 episodes. Part 2, Christmas Day, 3 episodes. And the finale, New Year's Eve, 1 episode. Oh, and that finale, yeah, it's hitting 350 theaters across the US and Canada too. Apparently, Netflix finally realized people enjoy watching big event entertainment on big screens. Only took them about a decade to figure that out, but what do I know? Each episode runs 90 to 120 minutes, some longer than Marvel films. The Duffer Brothers say it's about making each release feel like and I quote, an event. Netflix says it's about maximizing engagement and building anticipation. Let me translate that for you. They want to keep you subbed through quarter 4, their most competitive quarter, and pray it doesn't backfire spectacularly. Now, we need to talk about this $400 million budget because that number is absolutely insane. Let me give you a little context here. Lord of the Rings trilogy, $281 million. Avengers Endgame, $356 million. Avatar, Way of the Water, $350 to $400 million. Netflix is spending feature film money, record-setting feature film money, on 8 episodes of TV. The first season that became a global phenomenon, it cost $48 million total. $6 million per episode. Now, $50 million each. And what changed? Did the Demogorgons unionize? Did the Upside Down get more expensive real estate? Or is this what happens when a streaming giant gets so desperate for relevance it starts lighting money on fire just to stay warm? The production took years. Filming started in early 2024. Post-production dragged through this year, 2025. And sure, the strikes delayed things, but come on. These are basically 8 feature films, not a show. And seriously, did anyone out there, anyone ask for 2-hour episodes of Stranger Things? So we got to question the strategy here in all this. Why the 3-part release? Let's be real. First, well, it's to keep subscribers. It's to retain those subscribers. If they drop everything Thanksgiving weekend, people binge it, cancel in December, and move on. Split it across 6 weeks, and boom, you're locked in through the holidays and New Year. It's the same play they used with You and The Witcher. They figured out their binge model, The thing that made Netflix actually hurt them because viewers subbed for a month, binged, and then bounced. Second, well, we got award season. Late November through January keeps Stranger Things trending during Emmy and the Golden Globe season, which is pretty smart when you think about it. But here's why it backfires. Audience patience. When you stretch TV releases too long, people move on. The memes die, the hype cools, and suddenly your cultural event is last week's news. Netflix is gambling that the nostalgia can hold our attention through Christmas. That's a risky bet in 2025. Now, about that finale going theatrical. This part is really fascinating. Netflix has always been allergic to theaters. They built their empire on staying home. Even Scorsese dragged them for it. But now, Stranger Things 5's finale hits theaters and streaming simultaneously on New Year's Eve. And honestly, this might be the one thing they're doing right. It's not about box office cash, it's about event energy. Watching the finale with hundreds of fans, surround sound, and collective hype, that's how you close out a phenomenon. The Duffer Brothers said, and I quote, "Seeing it on the big screen with fans feels like the perfect way to celebrate." And they're right. This is how Game of Thrones should have ended. How The Sopranos should have ended. Credit where credit is due. I mean, Netflix, the anti-theater company, may actually end their biggest show theatrically. So we have to look at the bigger picture here. What does this mean for streaming overall? We're watching Netflix admit in real time that its binge model doesn't work anymore. Weekly releases are back. Disney Plus, Amazon, Apple TV Plus, Paramount Plus, they all do it because retention equals virality. But Netflix is trying to have it both ways. Not quite weekly, not quite binge. The result? A weird hybrid that satisfies nobody. You don't get instant gratification and you don't get community building hype. It's the worst of both worlds dressed up as innovation. And the $400 million price tag? That's not confidence. That's panic. If this finale underperforms, Netflix will have burned the GDP of a small country just to learn what HBO already knew. Storytelling is greater than spending. Now look, I love Stranger Things. I've seen seasons 1 through 3. I still have yet to see season 4. From what I've heard about it, it had bloat, but it didn't have heart. And I want season 5 to land the plane. But Netflix, they're a little terrified. They're scared. They're terrified of losing subs, terrified of competition, terrified the cultural lightning that struck back in 2016 won't strike again. So they're throwing cash, staggering releases, and praying we still care. Will it work? Well, maybe. The Thanksgiving drop is smart. The Christmas drop is smarter. The New Year's finale in theaters, perfect marketing symmetry. But deep down, this feels like a company that's forgotten what made it special. Netflix used to mean everything all at once. Now it means wait your turn, pay more, hope for value. $400 million, 8 episodes, 6 weeks, 1 finale. Genius? Desperation? Honestly, it's a little bit of both. So what do you guys think out there? Is Netflix's 3-part strategy brilliant, or will it blow up in their faces? Are you watching each drop or waiting until January to binge it all? And seriously, do we need 2-hour episodes of Stranger Things? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you want more brutally honest takes on Hollywood's biggest gambles. I'm the Critical Nerd reminding you, not all bets pay off, especially when you're betting with other people's money. See you in the next one.